So in this example, we have denominators with multiple terms. When we have that, just like with adding and subtracting, we do need to factor them out before finding the common denominator. So we have 2 over z squared minus 4, and z squared minus 4 is a difference of squares, factors into z plus 2 and z minus 2. (10 over 6z plus 12). No trinomial, no difference of squares, just a common factor of 6 that can get taken out. So we have 6z plus 2 equals 1 over z minus 2. Nothing to factor out there. Creating the common denominator, looking at coefficients. We have a coefficient of 6, which needs to get in there. We have variables. We have factors of z plus 2. We also have z minus 2. That takes into account all of the denominators we had, gives us a full common denominator. Now we can go about creating that. With 2 over z plus 2, z minus 2, the only thing not there is the 6. 10 over 6z plus 2, we are missing z minus 2. And 1 over z minus 2, we're missing both 6 and z plus 2. Multiplying this out, on the top here we get 12 over 6 z plus 2 z minus 2. Now it doesn't matter the order that you write the denominator. I just write it in the common denominator order just to ease a little bit of confusion. Next we have 10 times z minus 2. We do need to distribute that 10 in. Would give us 10z minus 20 over 6 z plus 2 z minus 2. Equals, now in this one we have 1 times 6 times z plus 2, and we all know that multiplying by 1 does nothing, so we can multiply in the 6, which would give us 6z plus 12 over 6 z plus 2 z minus 2. At this point, we can multiply each term in this equation by the common denominator, and to save a little bit of space, I'm just going to say multiply by common denominator instead of writing out 6z plus 2z minus 2 each time. It will cancel. So we get left with 12 plus 10z minus 20 equals 6z plus 12. And now we're at a point with no quadratics. This becomes just a linear equation, something that we've looked at back in grade 8, grade 9. On the left side, we do have some like terms, the 12 and the minus 20. We can combine those. We get 10z minus 8 equals 6z plus 12. Need to isolate z, get it by itself. I'm going to subtract 6z from both sides. So we have 4z minus 8 equals 12. Here we can add 8 to both sides. We get 4z equals 20. Divide both sides by 4, and we get z equals 5.